Kevin, I just want to let you know, I acknowledge you.
And welcome back to the Mod Squad Network. Layeth the squad down. I am your host, Kevin. Joining me as always is Steve.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
We're doing good over on this end. I know that. How about yourself, man?
I can't complain. Go and check out my TikTok, where I recently uploaded a video of me with like 20 clips going, "Hey everybody, hey everybody, hey everyone." It's just a whole bunch of me saying, "Hey everybody," because that's apparently how I start every video. Hey everybody, hey everyone, how we doing?
Well, this is a wrestling recap and review show, so let's start it all off with Raw. Edge and Beth Phoenix opened up the show to a huge ovation. We saw a recap of what the Judgment did at Extreme Rules to the Rated R Superstar. Naturally, the heel faction came out to respond. This segment took a long time to get to Phoenix laying out a challenge for a mixed tag match at Elimination Chamber.
That's right.
With Edge and herself versus Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor.
That's right. And they accepted. They accepted.
That's right.
How could they not accept?
Exactly. Of course they accepted. A little bit of a brawl comes out, and then Dawkins from the Street Profits comes out for the save because there's a match between Dawkins and Priest coming up next.
For the, I believe, the Elimination Chamber qualifying match, which will be happening this week.
That is right. And the winner of that match, of course, Damian Priest. Dawkins ain't winning that match.
Could have cared less about either of them winning.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Priest. I like I think he should be the leader.
I've never liked Priest.
Really?
I did not like Priest in NXT. I think the walking from light to light gimmick is dumb if you cannot practice it enough that you know your pacing. When one light is fading and you see him walking to the next spot where he is supposed to be, it takes out. I think the Archer bow onto the screen is also particularly dumb because once again, if you cannot get the timing, it just looks ridiculous.
That's true.
I'm not a fan of Damien. The only thing that's cool about him is his finisher, and that's about it.
The basically the Razor's Edge is basically what it is.
Yeah, and I'm so much of an asshole. I was thinking of Baron Corbin with End of Days. That's how shitty. That's how shitty of a wrestler I think Damian Priest is. I'm just comparing him to Baron Corbin.
Oh, speaking of Corbin, he has a match up next against Dexter Lumis. This was not a good match because it's Baron Corbin, but Lumis gets the win. The win.
And then there's some backstage segment, but I think what ends up happening is I think JBL essentially just says, "I'm not endorsing you as a future wrestling
god." Yeah, which I think that it may start to be a face turn for Corbin. Maybe.
No, this is simply WWE giving up all hope that they had for Baron Corbin and any good storyline they might have possibly had for him. That's all it is.
I got you.
That's what I take it as. They may be doing a face turn, which I think would be the worst thing that they could do for Baron Corbin because that dude is not a good face. He's barely a good heel.
Yeah.
So,
I tell you what, Baron Corbin, my wife, he has leave the room.
My wife.
He has leave the room heat with my wife. Like she hates him. Like can't stand him. Next we have Carmella versus Piper Niven versus Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae. The returning Carmella. Actually,
I'm so over Mello.
Yeah,
and she just got back, and I'm already over her.
Yeah, this is for a spot in the Elimination Chamber, and Carmella wins, which I get it. I mean, Piper's not going to win the Elimination Chamber, so why have her win?
Yeah, but Mia Yim definitely could.
Yeah, and I do. I've always liked Mia Yim. Always
There's a
liked Mia
reason why
Yim.
they call her the HBIC. Like,
That's I get it. Following that up, we have the Alpha Academy versus Shelton Benjamin and Cedric and
shush, shush,
Shush.
shush, shush, please.
MVP actually accompanied Shelton and Cedric to the ring for this, so it looks
They
like
keep they keep teasing us with a hurt business return, and it's not gonna happen because Almost has to be out of the picture, and Bobby Lashley ain't gonna do it. I'm probably scaring the shit out of my shrimp. Keep
I
going.
get,
I'm sorry.
I get it. Alexander and Benjamin for the win. Alexander and Benjamin. Oh, and this one, Oscar versus Chelsea Green. Is it me or does Chelsea Green give off oh my
Just
god what
the bitchiest vibes ever.
yes like
I
she's
I'm not
so
surprised. I
annoying.
am not surprised considering who she is married to. So
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's married to who is she married to? I
woo
can't.
woo
Oh yeah,
woo.
that's right. Zack Ryder. Yeah.
That right, that piece of garbage, Matthew Cardona. Not a
Oh,
fan, not a fan of Matt Cardona. Let it be publicly known. Not a fan of Matt Cardona. I'll tell you personally why later.
all right. But the winner of this match
Oscar.
is Oscar. Yeah, it
Oscar.
definitely is definitely Oscar.
Yeah.
No way should Chelsea be winning against
No.
Oscar. Then next we have Elias versus Montez Ford for spot in the Elimination Chamber. But actually, before that, we had Cody Rhodes delivering a promo about WrestleMania, to which Paul Heyman comes out.
Now, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I was going to completely skip over this promo
Mhm.
until Heyman came out. The minute I saw Heyman stepping in the ring, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see what Heyman has to say. I am a big advocate of Paul Heyman. I am a big fan of Paul Heyman. I will almost always listen to what that man has to say. And boy, was this promo
Oh,
fire!
it was. It hit a lot of truths. A lot of truths, a lot of behind the scene truths about when Paul Heyman was running ECW. He hired Dusty Rhodes when they had no money, uh, and gave Dusty Rhodes another shot, which helped elevate and
It wasn't even
Rhodes'
another
name.
shot. It was just a one up where he
Oh
came
yeah,
and paid him a big amount of money.
but it put the Rhodes name out there again to where
Sure.
eventually WWE rehired him for NXT and stuff like that. But it was one of those promos that uh, it came off as authentic and real, but I don't. It was meant to
Oh,
be
it
that
was a
way.
scripted. It
Yeah,
was
it was.
100% a scripted
Yeah,
promo, as all promos are within the WWE. But you have someone who's a natural like Paul Heyman working with someone who actually does have talent. I'm not saying that Cody Rhodes is bad at cutting promos. I'm saying that the last couple promos that Cody Rhodes has cut have not been the finest, in my personal
I
opinion.
agree.
And this is great. I called up my buddy and I was like, I want to know what Dusty and Dustin's nickname for Paul Heyman are. And my
Yeah.
buddy just goes, you know what? I don't think there are nicknames.
Ah,
I think that was purely for the mic. I think that was purely for the people. But you know what? Hook, line, sinker right here. Because right away I was like, I want to know what Dusty Rhodes called Paul Heyman. Like,
well, that type of promo that they were giving, where it's supposed to hit you in the feels, is perfect
mm-hmm,
for like Cody, who is an emotional person who can almost cry on demand, which you can see it in just a lot of his past promos. He's very emotional. Paul Heyman even started. It gave a little teary look, like he was about to cry
sure.
at a couple points. So it was very. It was that a great promo. It worked well for the two characters. I I can't
And it
get
sets
over it.
up it sets up well for what's coming at WrestleMania.
It does. But following the promo, we have Montez Ford versus Elias, and Montez Ford wins. Montez Ford. It was a decent match. It was a decent match. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't the match of the night or anything, but it was a good match. Then to follow everything up, Bailey versus Becky Lynch.
This is our main event.
This is our main event.
In a cage. And
In a
then
cage.
something happens in the main event that I do not understand the rhyme nor the reason.
I do not either. It is a great match. Io and Dakota get involved when Becky tries to climb over. And then all of a sudden, Lita's music hits and comes out and tries to and defends them. And
This is the dumbest thing. She
yeah,
jumps on the cage to get Io and then grabs her to jump to the floor to pull her off. You didn't
yeah,
need to jump on the cage. You could have
yeah.
just ran up, grabbed her, and pulled her off. Like,
But you gotta have that showmanship.
there's no
Yeah,
and
Lita.
then she hits the twist of fate, the
Yeah,
move of her ex-boyfriend who's currently on television, who's not
yeah.
allowed to hit that move due to contractual obligations.
But yeah, she hits the twist of fate on. I think it was Io, and
It was Io. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. They had
but
this great spot where the door is open
mhm,
and Bailey gets pushed towards it and she eats the post instead.
mhm.
It would have been the better spot to have her tiger roll through the fucking ropes to the outside, winning the match.
But instead,
Lita
she gets
comes
the
out.
Lita comes out, gets the cage door smashed in Bailey's face, and then Becky
And
gets
then
the win.
Becky gets the win. So
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah. But that is Raw. That is Raw. I'm
That is
curious to
raw.
see. And there was this huge hug fest with Lita and Becky, to which I'm suspecting a turn because usually when there's that much of a freaking hug fest, I think Lita's gonna turn on Becky. I'm. It
Well,
just
we'll see. We'll see. But who cares?
it was that, but that's Raw.
I think Bailey should be champ. I think Bailey should have already beat Bianca Belair. She should have beat her within the first 2 or 3 matches. Having Damage Control just hold all of the gold within the women's division for what they
It,
need on that televised program.
if they
Uh,
want to elevate Damage Control, they need to have Bailey holding a belt.
it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But either way, that was that. What do we get on Friday Night SmackDown?
Well, Friday Night SmackDown opens up with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman attempts to stop the bleeding within the bloodline as he's delivering a promo, and Sami Zayn shows up. And basically, Sami Zayn says, "I'm not going to take my frustration out on you. I'm going to beat Roman."
That's right.
It was a good promo. Sami Zayn, huge pop right now.
Sami Zayn is huge over.
Yes, I mean, I love the new shirt now. Instead of saying Semi Uso, it has the like a tape look to it and Zayn written on it, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like Kevin Owens' shirt says KO.
A little bit of a KO look there. Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. And we
Not
haven't seen
saying.
KO. We have not seen KO since the beatdown of KO. So I'm just saying. Then we have Sheamus and Drew McIntyre versus Hit Row. Uh,
And then McIntyre and Sheamus win, and then we get this weird, stupid promo from the Viking Raiders that we can just go right past,
yeah, it was.
as they are still just giving us wish list Max the Impaler.
Yeah, it was just it is a boring match. Then we had Lacey Evans also in a squash match. Look, I am not a fan with what they're doing with Lacey Evans. I have not been a fan of Lacey Evans since NXT. I did like her in NXT, but other than that,
I've
ever
never
since
liked I've never liked Lacey Evans. I did not
ever
like her
since
Southern Belle gimmick. I do not like anything she does.
ever since she's been in on the main roster, it's been just straight garbage.
Or
But
as we say in the industry, the drizzling shits.
shit, yes,
That's right.
yeah,
That's right. I don't like her because she's just doing a secondhand Roman because she comes out and she goes stand up and salute me. Like get out of here. We're
yeah.
already acknowledging the tribal chief on the island of relevancy. We do not have time to stand up and salute you as well, Lacey Evans. GTFO.
We've had a couple backstage segments with Paul and Jimmy, who still can't get a hold of his brother. He's tried calling him. It's going straight to voicemail.
And
And his
Jay has got to defend.
yeah, they got to defend the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships versus Ricochet and Braun Strowman. I'm sorry, the SmackDown.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know what you're talking about. They are
Yeah,
purely defending only the
yeah,
SmackDown.
the SmackDown Championships versus Ricochet and Braun Strowman. So Jimmy comes out by himself. Braun Strowman and Ricochet are there, and the announcer's
And
about to announce the match. And then,
Ricochet looks so confused. He's like, "Well, we gotta wrestle one guy? Like it
yeah,
isn't the biggest opportunity of your lifetime to be in a handicap match to win the belts."
you should be excited, dude. There's only one guy. And right before they ring the bell, Jimmy points to the stands, and Jay is coming down the stands with his belt.
That's right. That's
So
right.
they defend, and Jimmy and Jay seem to be on the same page. They get through the match because they win it.
That's right.
They win it. It was
Successful
actually
defending.
it was actually a really decent match. I'm loving the storyline because after the match, they kind of go their separate ways, and you get to see a backstage segment where Jay is walking through the
The
parking
trucks.
area. He's walking through the trucks, and he gets to one spot, and who's standing there? Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's like, look, I'm gonna be leaving soon. I didn't get a chance to tell you thank you, but I want you to know I acknowledge you.
I acknowledge you. That's right.
And
He goes, and 8 days in Elimination Chamber, we're gonna see something that you've wanted to see for a really long time. We're gonna see Roman fall, but to do that, you got to make a choice of where we're going and
mhm.
what we're doing.
Yeah, he kind of laid it out. He says, you know who Roman is and what he's all about. You see the negatives, so and you see what I'm about. So, and he gave him his fist, and Jay gave him the fist bump. So, I'm loving the
Hey,
storyline.
he's gonna turn on Sammy. We all know. I love where they're going, but we know that he's absolutely going to pick his brother
I,
over
I
Sami Zayn.
I agree, but it was a good
It's a good
segment.
promo. It's a
Yeah,
good promo. It's a good segment. It's a good storyline of where we are and where we're going.
yeah. All right, Ronda Rousey returned to SmackDown Friday night, interrupting an in-ring promo between Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Shotzi failed to make the save during this beatdown,
That
and
yawn was completely unintentional of you talking about Ronda Rousey.
uh, moments later, we get Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green battled Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan in a tag team match. Of course, Morgan and Rodriguez win. I
Of
mean,
course.
Green. Look,
I don't know
I
why. I don't know why you would want your last name to be Green in an industry where green means horrible.
yeah, it's so bad.
I
Like
really don't. I really don't like Chelsea. I mean,
I
I'm not a fan of Chelsea Green. When she got let go from NXT, I was like, who? I don't even know who that is. Like they weren't even using her on TV.
look,
Uh, I
she's
don't like her
built.
character. I don't like her gimmick. I don't like her shush. I don't like her outfit. I don't like. I don't
I
like anything about her.
okay. There's one thing I do like about her. She has some killer legs. She has some Stacy Keebler legs.
I
I'll
will
give
take
her that.
I was about to say I will take Stacy Keebler over Chelsea Green any
Oh,
day. And
I would too.
that's even 50-year-old Stacy Keebler now. 50-year-old Stacy Keebler who dated George Clooney, Stacy Keebler. I will take over Chelsea Green any day.
I get it. I get it. Then the main event is the Fatal 4-Way for the number one contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh God, get the out of here.
Yes, we have Riddick Moss, Rey Mysterio, Karrion Cross, and I can't
Did
pronounce
you
this
say
guy's
Riddick Moss' name is Madcap Moss?
Madcap Moss. Sorry,
Who's Riddick Moss?
I think it used to be Riddick Moss.
Oh,
Uh,
I've always known him as Madcap. Madcap Moss, Rey
he was. I think it
Mysterio,
was Riddick
Karrion
in.
Cross,
I
and
think he was Riddick in NXT.
Santos Escobar.
Yeah, Santos Escobar.
And
Uh,
I really liked this very small moment that they had in the ring between Karrion Kross and Santos Escobar, where Karrion looks at Santos and goes, "Hey, I know Lucha as well," which is funny because they were both on Lucha Underground. And I
Yeah.
think that's what that might have been, a small little reference
Not.
to.
Yeah, I get it. But the winner between all those big names
Get
and
the
one
fuck
in one
out of
small name,
here.
Moss.
Madcap Moss, because
Moss.
Karrion Kross and Santos Escobar are brawling on the outside, that he gets the pin on Mysterio. Of all the people that
Of
I would have rather Mysterio won.
Yeah, it was.
Oh
Mysterio
my
would have been a great
God, we're
choice.
gonna
Can
get
you imagine
Gunther.
Mysterio versus
Gunther, it would have been
Gunther?
great.
Oh my God!
I would have liked Santos Escobar versus Gunther. I think
Instead,
that would have been an amazing
even
match.
Cross, the two big
The Big
giants.
Giants. The Madcap is the worst of the worst that you could have had win
Oh,
this match.
but that's what we got. Madcap Moss wins to
Good
close
Lord.
SmackDown.
With his girlfriend Emma. They bring Emma back, and all they do is she's not even wrestling. She was at
Mm-mm.
least wrestling on Impact.
Anyways, it was a weak segment for SmackDown. It was a weak close for SmackDown. Raw was a better show in my opinion. This week for WWE. But that is it for WWE. What do we have
And
for
I
some
got I,
AE
I got
dubs?
I got no match of the week for WWE because there was
A-
no match that really entertained me
no,
that
my
much.
match of the week is definitely coming from AEW.
So we have Wednesday Night Dynamite, in which we start the show off with MJF versus Konosuke Takeshita. Man, you got me fucking up names now. Konosuke Takeshita.
Hey, at least we did.
Takeshita. Well, hey, we didn't talk about Solo Sequoia at all.
Yeah, no solo Sequoia this week.
MJF versus Takeshita was a really great back and forth. Takeshita, once again, a very talented person in the ring. MJF, also very talented.
Yes.
MJF, of course, picks up the win.
Listen, the clothesline from the top rope to where MJF lands on his
Lands it.
feet.
Woo!
I was like, holy shit. That was an amazing move. I would not expect MJF to pull off, to be
It
honest.
was a great back and forth. We have next up the Bunny versus Jamie Hayter in a random tournament qualifying match.
Haters gonna hate.
Of course, Hayter's gonna hate, and of course, Hayter's gonna pick up the win.
Mm-hmm. Haters gonna win.
We get the Starks Gauntlet going through the Jericho Appreciation Society. He successfully beats the Revolution is televised. He successfully beats Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Angelo. Coming on out is Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia,
Mm-hmm.
in which Ricky is 100% getting the jump, and he's getting the better of them. And then a masked man from the audience hits Starks from behind while the ref is not looking. And it's super funny because you watch it, and the dude who's standing next to Jericho is like, whoa, like he legitimately just
like,
has
whoa.
he has no idea that he is standing right next to Chris Jericho. I personally, I would have loved it because I would have looked in the eyes and been like, oh, it's you piece of shit. I 100% would have been like, oh, it's you piece of garbage.
That would have been funny.
Not a fan of Chris Jericho. I would have looked at him and gone, where was your wife when the Capitol was stormed?
Ooh.
And then he would have hit me. Oh, you can ooh me all you want. His wife was there.
I know. I'm just saying, ooh. It could be a good ooh, it could be a bad ooh.
And Jericho doesn't want to talk about it because he's a scared coward.
Why
Be a
would
man,
you want to
Jericho.
talk about it?
I'm gonna make a rap, and I'm gonna call it "Be a Man, Jericho." I'm gonna be just like Macho Man. It's not gonna be about Hogan though. Jericho gets in the ring. We did, and because I know that they do the filming of Dynamite and Rampage together now, it takes out a little bit of what you see. A little insight, everybody. So Murr and Q from Impractical Jokers show up saying that they've stolen Jericho's Bat Floyd and that Jericho can come on their show to this is Wednesday night, and they're like, our new show airs tomorrow, so Thursday night, Jericho, you can come do what you want to get your bat back, and then we'll see you on Rampage. So we don't know what happens until Rampage. And I didn't watch Impractical Jokers because I don't have cable. We have
You're not missing
Roosh.
much. No one watches Impractical Jokers anymore.
We'll get into that. So next we have Roosh versus Bryan Danielson, which once again, you have two great technical performers. You got a big powerhouse like Roosh. You got a great technical performer like Danielson going back and forth, taking it out of the ring, throwing people into guardrails, just going all over the place with the MJF. This is the final match that Danielson needed to win in order to make it into the Iron Man match with MJF at the pay-per-view next month, I believe, or later this month. Danielson picks up the win, which I thought was...
As you do.
We get this great promo backstage from MJF, and I think, dude, I'm going to pull up, as I'm telling the story, I'm going to go ahead and pull up MJF's Twitter, because MJF tells a story about how his junior year of high school, he was in Nassau where he was growing up, and he had a lot of speeding tickets, and if he got one more ticket, if he got one more point, he'd lose his license. And there was this fine girl at the prom, and things happened to happen, and she was a little intoxicated and whatnot, and they were driving, and he got into an accident, and he switched spots with her. This is obviously a fake story. This is obviously MJF just tugging at people to tug at people. One day ago, MJF tweets out, if I get one more call from the Nassau Police Department, I swear to God. Snitches. All of you snitches. Within an hour of him telling the story, the Nassau Police Department got over 300 calls.
Oh my God.
Of people calling to report this incident.
That's freaking hilarious.
Not to mention the fact that I think MJF might have been taking a shot at WWF, because he goes, this girl, let's call her Liv. Of all the names you could have picked, you named one of the active female wrestlers within the WWE.
Yeah.
Boy, I love MJF. This guy is just nonstop.
He is the perfect heel. He is
always on. He is never off. And I commend the dude. He's like Macho Man with the gimmick, with the voice. That dude is always on. It's great. I will say, because it's a great tweet right above it, which is, some skank in El Paso tried to get me to sign her breasts outside the arena. Multiple people recorded it. Still hasn't made its way to Twitter. Probably because people in El Paso don't know how to use technology. So I love MJF. We get a 6-man tag. I believe it was for the 6-man tag champs. The Trios champ. Yeah, I think it was for the Trios championship of Top Flight and AR Fox against the Elite. Of course, the Elite won. And then we get our main event of the Acclaimed defending the AEW Tag Team Championships against the Guns.
Wait, did you say the Acclaimed?
Scissor
me, Stevie
Daddy
ass.
Kevy.
Yes, that's a thing, everybody.
It's what we do. Maybe not for much longer, though, because I thought for sure we were going to get a Billy Gunn heel turn.
I did too.
I do not know how long they can keep this Billy Gunn going against his children when they are doing exactly what he did when he was their age. But the Acclaimed or the Guns hit Billy with the tag belts.
Yep.
Hit the Acclaimed with the tag belts. New tag team champions, the Guns.
The Guns. And they
so
and you could tell they were short. I mean, they were long for time because they kept the camera rolling for so long on the Guns and then back to the Acclaim and then the Guns. It was so long.
I was blown away that they actually had the Guns win. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on this upcoming Dynamite this
Yes,
upcoming
very.
Wednesday, because I'm sure they'll have something. That was the main event of Wednesday night Dynamite. Getting into Rampage, it was very quick. Yeah, the Blackpool Combat Club starting off the show, going up against Kip Sabian, the Butcher, and the Blade. The Blackpool Combat Club pick up the win on a very good back and forth. We have the fruition, the continuation of the Impractical Jokers storyline, in which Q and Murr come out to the audience, and Jericho says, "I'm not going to take back the bat, but my friends are." In which the Jericho Appreciation Society come out and very
The
shittily beat up
epitome of sports entertainers.
of sports entertainers come out and beat up Q and Murr, putting Q on a table and then power bombing Murr through Q, breaking the table as well, which I thought was hilarious. Just the whole bit of it I thought was funny. We go to commercial and then come back from commercial straight at the beginning of Ruby Soho versus Marina Shafir, which was a very short match. Didn't need to be long. Ruby Soho picks up the win.
I forgot Shafir was in AEW.
Tony Storm and Soraya come down to start basically confronting Ruby Soho. Britt Baker comes out of nowhere. Jamie Hayter comes out of nowhere. The four girls are brawling, and Ruby Soho has no idea what to do in the ring, as she clearly is still trying to figure out which side she is going to pick. We get Jungle Boy versus Ryan Nesmith, in which Jungle Boy wins. And we get our main event of the AEW Mid-Atlantic Championship being defended as Orange Cassidy takes on Lee Tiger Style Moriarty.
I'm guessing
Orange Cassidy picks up.
wins.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy picks up the win. That's Rampage. For me, Roosh versus Danielson. Danielson once again takes match of the week.
I'm gonna go Daniel. I'm not Danielson. I'm going to go MJF versus
Takeshita. Takeshita, I got you covered.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That's my match of the week because 1A, 1B for me. Those two match of the week. That's what I got. So that does it for this week in wrestling. Steve, where can people find you on your podcast, sir?
Oh man, that's me. That's the last podcast you'd want. Comes out every Thursday. Gonna have lots of good shows coming on out. Got some good guest hosts. New format of the show. Having a lot of fun with it. So come check us out. That's the last podcast you'd want, available on every major podcasting outlet and YouTube. You can also catch me with
we kind of lost audio for you there, Steve, but that's okay because that is the end of the show. Oh, you're back.
And you can also see me with this schlub. No,
it's in and out. It's in and out. So I'm just going to close the show.
This schlub.
Yes. Back to the retro review with me. And that does it for this episode of Layeth the Squad Down. So for Steve, I am Kevin saying, keep on wrestling, everybody.